What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿. Today, we'll be discussing mutual reception, what that means, and a couple different ways that you can look out for. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, mutual reception is like another one of those cool things within astrology. Why I've always held the stance that like reading a natal chart is like putting together a puzzle, or like going on like an exploration. There are different ways or different routes and things that you'll find, and mutual reception is one of those. So everyone at this point probably knows about like the major aspects, which are like squares, conjunctions, oppositions, which are mathematical. They're calculated by degrees, but they represent the relationship between the two planets involved. Mutual reception doesn't need to occur through degree, but it's really a matter of sign placement. So essentially what it is that when you have two planets who are in each other's sign. So one example of that would be the sun in Cancer and the moon in Leo. Okay, because moon naturally rules Cancer and the sun naturally rules Leo. So why does this matter? It kind of is like, it creates harmony. It creates harmony. Just imagine you're like, look at this example. You know how everybody does like an Airbnb, right? So when you get an Airbnb, you're going to someone's house that like, you don't know who they are, right? And they don't know who you are. And for the most part, when you have your Airbnb, unless you're in dire need of something, there isn't any contact with the owner. You just, you pay for it and boom, you're there, right? But mutual reception is kind of like having the owner of the Airbnb in the house, okay? Or that they've left a set of instructions letting you know how the house should be operated. Like they're there 24/7 with you, assisting you, okay? So to some extent, it creates harmony. All right. And the reason I'm actually doing this video is because I was working with someone, and they had a planet debilitated, but they were like, I don't resonate with anything that they say like about this planet and things like that. And when you look at the chart, the person had a mutual reception with that debilitated planet and another. So that's the first thing you definitely want to know about, is that it can greatly harmonize the effects of a debilitated planet. Okay, and to give an example of this one, and this one's a real interesting one because naturally these energies square. So another example would be having your moon in the sign of Aries, which is ruled by Mars, and having your Mars within Cancer, which is naturally where it's naturally debilitated. Okay, so normally Mars is like, I hate being in Cancer, I feel helpless, right? However, when it's in mutual reception to the moon in Aries, Mars understands the best way to maneuver in this sign or this house, right? Like I said, it's like having assistance with you, instruction of like, oh, this is how I turn on the lights. This is how I use the shower. It enables, it's a direct connection towards, that energy, and it's like showing each other how the energy should be expressed within the sign. Okay, so rolling with this example, like I said, Mars is normally frustrated, Mars is just like, I lack motivation here. But when the moon is in Aries, now the moon in Aries is benefiting from the motivation of Mars. It's like I know what I want to do, right? And because I know what I want to do, Mars knows what it wants to do. Okay, so just imagine they're working together. So it's actually like it's an aspect of support. Like I said, it isn't like a mathematical one. It's just that of, you know, rulership. And rulership it's important. You know, I'm often telling people whenever I come across someone who, you know, they have a planet in their own, a planet in its own sign. Well, that house, that planet is ruling that house. And it's like they have full control over that house. So it's an aspect of empowerment, okay? And more times, so you know, just to finish with this example, someone with a Mars in Cancer and a moon in Aries has more direction because it knows how the moon is assisting it in how to navigate, and that planet Mars is doing the same thing for the moon. Okay, so I guess another way to think about it is like a tag team, you know, or the best of both worlds, like having your favorite rapper and singer together in a group. Okay, it was really cool. So then that's that. And like I said, that one's interesting because naturally those energies square one another. Then, you know, another one that comes to mind would be like Jupiter in Capricorn, right? Which is said to be debilitated there. And then having Saturn in Sagittarius. Okay, and then this is where, you know, this can manifest a lot of different ways. Then you would literally need to see the aspects of the planets, but just within its just within those placements, we can read that a person is more likely to materialize based off of the things that they believe in. Okay, so for example, if a person, their truth in life is that they're vegan, or, you know, because remember, Sagittarius represents like the philosophy and the higher meaning behind things. So, you know, it's coaches, personal trainers, someone who really teaches the wisdom behind that. So what you'll have here with like a mutual reception with those planets is just someone who feels more purposeful, like this is what I should be doing. Like it's my purpose to go out here and teach people what I believe in and materialize off of that. You know what I'm saying? Where other signs would just be a little bit more conflicted in terms of applying itself towards business. You know, kind of wanting to do it for the love, but this person's natural inclination would be, you know, to materialize or set up a business around their belief. And like I said, it just then so that's just off the sign. Then you want to see what houses, you know, it comes into play. So if I could use an example, you know, for those planets that I'm talking about, let's say this is occurring in your 4th and your 5th house. So you got Saturn in the 4th and then Jupiter in the 5th. This, you know, one example where I see that is just someone who would be, you know, a lot more willing to like be open like a daycare, or someone who would invite people into their home, you know, to preach or conduct, you know, creative things. That would kind of be like, you know, they would hone their creative skills within their house, okay? Or the relationship with their children would be one that was really, you know, influenced by faith. You know, whatever I believe, I'm really going to drill this into, you know, my child. Okay, so yeah, you want to see what houses it goes in. But like I'm saying, with that example, it wouldn't necessarily be difficult to do. It would just be something that kind of happens with ease. So the person would not have a hard time being disciplined. They would, you know, buy into it more and have more vision towards, you know, what they would want to do with the energies. All right. So mutual reception is a really cool thing. It forces you to pay attention more to your chart, you know, because I know astrology can be a lot. It's like you got the signs, you got the houses, you got the aspects, but sometimes slow down and really pay attention, because there will be people who've been looking over their charts for years and never noticed they had a mutual reception. All right. So feel free to chime in. Let me know what you thought. I think there's another video I need to do about something similar to this. I got to think about it, but let me know what you thought. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you need a reading, holla at me. Till next time, peace.